The suspected murder of 17-year-old Renella Benfield, who was found lying on her back with her hands on her stomach on December 11, 2017, near a tomb at the Triumph Cemetery, still lingers fresh on the minds of her family members, especially her father, who is again demanding justice for her death, noting that there seems to be no end to the continuous delays in the case. The dead teen's father, Rainsford Benfield, during an exclusive interview with Nightly News on Monday, informed that an inquest into his daughter's murder started in March of this year, but was postponed owing to the coronavirus outbreak. He noted that since then he has not received any information regarding when the inquest will resume.
But I was told that some of the witnesses, some of the person that was summoned didn't turn up. I was there, I gave my evidence, and from then I've heard nothing more about it. Making contact with the police, all they would say that is an ongoing matter.
Benfield added that the unsatisfactory pace at which the investigations are proceeding has resulted in him losing confidence in the ability of the police to solve this particular crime.
I mean, if you have a lead investigator gonna ask me how long I know my daughter, whereas 5 minutes before that question, I told him Renella lived with us from the time of her birth to the time of her death. And then suddenly you're going to ask me how long I know my daughter. It leaves much to be desired.
He alluded to the Henry cousins, Isaiah and Joel, whose mutilated bodies were found on September 6th while the perpetrators still roam free.
Just to show the similarity, and when my daughter was killed, probably it wasn't politically expedient, but the Henry boys, I mean, the circumstances may be different, but they were all killed brutally. And the kind of attention that was paid to the Henry murder, I think if half of that was paid to my daughter murder by the powers that be, it would have been solved.
Benfield, at the initial stages of the investigation, was treated as a suspect in his daughter's murder. Efforts by this newscast to contact the clerk of the Sparendam's Magistrate Court, where the inquest was being held, to ascertain the status of the investigation proved futile. 17-year-old Renella Benfield, who worked at Qualfon's Beterverwagting call center, left home on the morning of Saturday, December 9 for work and was last seen alive around 6 p.m. by her colleagues boarding a minibus. After she did not return home as expected, her family assumed that she was working overtime and did not worry. Her body was dumped a short distance from the cemetery's entrance. An autopsy concluded that the teen died as a result of crushing injuries to her face, which were inflicted by a blunt object. The report indicated that she was alive when the injuries were inflicted and that she was not raped. Marks on the teen's skin were believed to be sunburns, according to the autopsy. Temika Rodney reporting for the HGP Nightly News.